what's it called at the moment? The cost of living crisis has really hit me, boys.
Oh, wow.
I'm on essential Waitrose now.
Still natural.
Essential bottled
After all
water.
this time.
Yeah, it's still natural.
It's organic.
Oh, sorry, I just
It's
still
organic.
natural.
Wow.
Stay hydrated, kids.
Organic for life, even if it costs more. Am I right?
No. Not like this, not like this. Just looking at your bank account like, I could have bought 4 chicken breasts for the same price as 1. Oh, man. It's crazy.
Eating it afterwards going, this tastes better.
This tastes exactly the same as the other slice of chicken that they've apparently filled up with water.
But if I tell everyone else it tastes better, I'll feel better about myself.
I pay extra to
Well,
be a cunt.
so the biggest one is oil, right? Cooking oil.
Yeah.
That's like I didn't actually. So
Are
I knew it
people
was.
snobby about it, or are you saying the price?
Yeah, the price is just gastronomical. If that's a word.
Gastronomical, astronomical,
Yes.
gastronomical. Man's just like farting his way off the fucking planet. That's gastronomical.
But like the one we buy, it's like £6 now.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's mad.
he's just saying that on podcast. So I'm just like, oh yeah, take that out of the joint account because he buys the oil.
Honestly.
Really, it's like £1. He's like, yeah, that's £5 extra. I'll just like this.
Good job we don't have a joint car for
I'll
joint
just
fuel, right?
upload receipts. Oh no.
Let me see that shit.
Yeah, this motherfucker's like, yo, I'm going to drive like an hour and a half to go and get a pipe because it's £15. I was like, okay. And I was like, you know
did do
what?
that.
I'll give you a lift. What a fucking jackass that was. He
been
bought dinner, to
marketplace,
be
bro.
fair.
Okay.
But I was like, fucking jackass. I was like, oh, God.
I found some sunflower oil. It's only 2 pence cheaper a litre. It's in Wigan. Let's go.
Martha will literally traverse seas and be like, oh, that's 10 pence cheaper than over fucking Freddo's 35p, fucking 25p in Mexico. I'm fucking half over there.
I'm winning.
By winning. Winning. God, I miss Charlie Sheen. God,
Yeah, man.
what a fucking 2.5
disappeared.
7 gram rocks.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man. Well, that's it. Motherfucker had money from his show. You don't need to work no more. Well, he does, actually. He probably spent it all. I wonder if, like, just the same cocaine that people buy down Crack Lane is, like, the same price as what the crackheads buy in fucking Beverly Hills.
bus stop.
No, like, obviously, like, they could, I mean, fuck me. Like, let's be honest. People, I see people like, oh, yeah, I got some rocket fuel, mate. I got some fucking really good Charlie. Like, I'm just like, how do you know it's actually better? Like, they're like, oh, yeah, let me snort this. And I can immediately tell, oh, that's better than the last one. I'm like, what, you're a cocaine connoisseur?
This is
Like,
organic. This
motherfuckers going around with like one of those Mexican drug like gutting knives, just like,
Is this not?
oh, that's the shit right there. I'm just like, how the fuck? How do you know? Like, you just sniff baby powder and you're like, yeah, that's good.
I'm
It's
sure
like
that
when
was.
I went to Cow in London, they came over with a board and you like you
A
could
board.
choose your steak.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude coming over with all
Choose
these
your
different
Colombian.
cuts.
Yes,
flat
we've got a
iron.
Colombian cut here, grown in the finest forest of.
Number 3 dark roast.
There is. I don't know what it is. It's where Gordon Ramsay goes out there or
Yeah,
something.
they're like,
and they
oh,
make
they're just
it.
mixing in bleach and stepping on it and shit.
Little
and like,
pinky finger, and he goes, "Oh fuck me."
yeah, fuck me. Just all of a sudden, his eyes
Cut the cameras.
black.
All of you here now.
Oh yeah,
It's like fucking rubber.
it's raw.
It's fucking burn.
Where's the cocaine sauce?
Yeah, it's like just before it's powder, it's like it's fucking raw.
Oh man, Joker.
It's like a paste, isn't it? It's horrible looking. Fuck, and then they like burn it.
It's like
So let me just burn this bleach and fucking powder and
it's like
whatever else.
Colombian
we've got.
wine. He's like
Oh.
crushing it with his feet.
Yeah,
like
just do it.
pressing the grapes.
It always freaks me out, man. Wash your feet though, right?
Yeah, no, motherfuckers,
We hope
man.
they do.
Probably don't.
Well, welcome back to the long story shorter this week.
Yeah,
we were
it's,
trialing a new rapid episode.
Rapid episode.
Yes, we're going to go really fast. It's going to hurry on really quickly. We don't know how much it's going to last.
Subtitles just like fucking on a train, mate. They're just like scrolling.
Yeah, the episode's the same length. You just need to set the speed to 1.5, and then it'll be rapid.
Oh shit!
Oh, quality. Oh, well, mate. Well, since we're kicking that off, where are we starting?
Where are we starting?
In the club, by the looks of it. Arthur, what you got?
Oh, yeah,
what you got
just-
hiding there? What you got
welcome
hiding?
to the club, boys.
Well, we're in the club
yeah,
now.
fucking
Don't eat them while we're on the
35
podcast,
minute.
right? Because that's antisocial.
You won't be able to spot them. They were for me.
No, it's a bit
Motherfucker puts
like
a goddamn candy bar in front of a fat kid who's just had a smoke, and he's like, "Yeah, don't eat them." I'm like,
Don't do it.
Okay, well, I guess
that
not.
video where they leave it with dogs,
Ah,
and
so
they're
I'm
like,
like, oh, that's I'm the
Don't do it.
comparison of a dog.
Yeah.
I've probably got less willpower than a dog, to be fair. I'm like,
you-
oh no, just eat it out your hand.
you seen that really smart one where they leave the treat with the dog, and the dog has it, but then goes and gets a fresh one out from the drawer and puts the
No.
treat back. Fucking insane!
Oh my God.
She comes
Yeah,
back
got
like,
the
good
fresh one,
boy.
yeah.
I mean, she recorded it, so
Oh, what a dear.
She found out later.
no,
but-
just like a little dog treat or whatever.
Oh, but it comes back with
Yeah,
a fresh
yeah.
dog treat. Fair.
Smart
Don't know how that
boy.
works. But-
Oh, this
Oh,
semi-melted.
look, he's opened it.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Was this supposed
What
to be
did
a
I say,
taste
Luke?
trial? I wasn't listening.
It's minty refreshment. Yeah, you just
Hey, you can have
told
it.
you, just put it in front of us. Just
I
like,
did.
We're like dogs to
It's-
burns, right?
to be honest, it's more like, do you know Bob Mortimer?
Yes.
He has this thing where he always has pocket meat. He goes on about it all the
Yes.
time.
Yes.
I think he's like he's got an addiction or something. He just
Pocket
loves a
meat.
little bit,
He'll
a
always
little
have a
pork
little-
pie in your pocket, or a
That's
little bit
right.
of jerky, or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
I think I've heard of it. I have no
Serrano
idea.
ham. Just, you know.
Yeah,
Because that's a palm of ham, just
a leg.
a sub on the other pocket. Just like he just starts making a fucking pastrami sandwich.
I think I've got something around here somewhere.
Subway.
whole leg. And
Not
stuff.
fucking eat fresh, tiny little fucking thing in his pocket.
Goes
Just
in and
like,
orders
yeah.
a Subway, but it's just the meat. And then just puts it in his pocket. Thanks,
Don't
lads.
use that. I've got this. Yeah.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that fucking video of that girl that sneaks a Subway into a nightclub and they're just on the dance floor dancing around with it, just eating this fucking footlong? Oh, mate, it reminds me of a friend's ex. For some fucking reason, you know, when you go to Spoons on a night out before the sesh, you get
I'm
there,
aware.
you pre-drink
I'm
on the cheap, on the cheap.
It was good.
You go in there for your few bevs, and yeah, his girlfriend was a great laugh, to be fair, on a night out. She was quality, but a bit weird as well. It's like one day she's like, "Oh yeah, fucking, let's go out." We go out in Guildford, go to Spoons beforehand, and then go to Bar 13,
Love Bar 13.
and then literally, Elle just randomly pulls out the entire bottle of ketchup that she's stolen from Spoons from her bag on the dance floor, and then some dude sees it and he's just like, yeah, and he's like spraying my mouth, and she just
Oh no.
fucking squirts ketchup in this dude's mouth on a nightclub. I'm just like,
or mayonnaise?
I'm there with like a rum and coke, like, oh, I'm good, like, please don't ketchup me. Like, bitch, hold up, we ain't friends
Not in the
anymore
dream.
if you fuck up my shit. This cost me £8,
Mate, that reminds me of there's a kebabi outside near Guildford, like near the Shell
Oh
garage.
yeah, I know the one. No, I don't.
And the guy is such a joker, and he was just like, ladies, what do you want on your chips? Cum juice, dick juice, pussy juice?
Tasty.
What did they go with?
All three.
It's like $1,000 dressing. With
I'll have the triple combo, please.
oh dear. Thousand Island dressing is really just all those dudes in Sentinel Island just nutting in a container.
Island dressing.
Oh, sorry.
My favourite as well.
Yeah, no. Love that shit. Fucking prawn cocktail. Anyway, sorry.
So, what's happened this week?
I was like, I thought you were going to ask us something, and then you've just come back with a say something. So as a story, and man's come back with a question. God damn, you've done me.
Well, I was out in London the other day.
Oh, yeah.
It was this
yeah.
R&B brunch thing.
I get like a Snapchat from him.
Okay.
I'm just like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is this?
What are you
I
doing?
that's because I was in Russell Kane's Instagram story.
Wow.
Ah, yes. How did that come about?
So we booked this place, me
I
and my
don't know who
friend.
Russell Kane is.
Comedian.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, and
He calls himself that.
he thinks he's funny.
Yeah, so are we.
He's a joker, to be fair. He's funny.
Do we?
Sorry.
And yeah, so we booked this place, which you had to pay for anyway just to get in, and then it was first come first serve on the food and that. But it was this R&B place. The music was sick. The DJ was just kind of hilarious. He was one of those DJs that kind of just repeats like the lyrics of the song, just talking it out loud, trying to be kind of cool. At one point, he said, "Big it up for the vodka," because we were drinking, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "What is this going on about?"
I'd be like, Russian spy. Take him out. Take him out. He's promoting vodka.
Oh,
Give me a
mate.
shout if you're wearing shoes out there.
Yeah, no, genuinely, he started saying random facts. He went,
All the single ladies that wouldn't mind sucking my dick. Give me a yeah. Just like,
it probably works.
Yeah,
one in the
true,
green, one in the
true,
green,
yeah.
one in the red.
Hang on.
fucking shortlisted them. Fucking there's a bouncer by the booth, just like,
Which one do you want? I'll get one for you.
nah.
Keep your hands up. Hang on.
Oh,
Nice.
mate. But he genuinely said random shit like, it's Saturday, it's 2022.
I love it.
I was like, yes. The sky is blue.
It's
Oh, man.
12:22.
Yeah. It was a fucking good day there, actually.
Oh mate, no class.
Yeah, and I clocked Russell Kane. And I was like, I'm kind
Is
of...
that you smashed him with a club?
He's seen it.
What's the time? What's the time? You've been clocked.
Fucking hell, doesn't even ask him, mate. It just sounds like a little grandfather or like one of those little old
the big
wooden
ones.
clocks. Yeah, just comes in. Man's dancing with a fridge on the fucking dance floor, literally. That just comes in, just whacks you over the head with it.
Look! Well, I didn't want to bait him out.
Yeah.
I clocked him and I was like, that's cool. I was like,
That's funny, the 24.
it's Russell Kane. I won't say nothing, right? And then
Sorry.
he walks around to the bar near me. And there's this girl that's just like, oh my God, it's fast. I went to one of your shows. And I was like, fuck's sake. I
That
didn't
actually
want to.
sounds like Russell Kane.
Oh, that was the girl. But yeah.
Sounds like,
Oh,
He, like, bless him, he was kind of like, he was nice, but he was also a bit like,
get off me, Doris. Like,
no one's kind of clocked me yet.
he was pissed off.
okay,
He wasn't
yeah,
pissed
yeah.
off. He was famous.
Because later on he was bevving drinks. He was consuming alcohol. Then he was on the dance floor. He didn't give a fuck. It was funny. It was funny as hell. But just at first, that moment, he was definitely a bit like, yeah. And then everyone else started clocking him. Do you know what the time? Do you know what the time? No.
Oh, so you were annoyed that you weren't the first one to be like,
No.
oh, it's Russell.
I was like,
Oh.
chill about it. I rub shoulders with celebrities all the time. Not a big deal to me.
I swear,
being on a
literally the
podcast such as this
Yeah.
with Comica.
Kind of looked at him and went, all right, Russell.
most- It's like, you're less famous than me. Why haven't you noticed me, Russell? He
Long story short.
comes over, he's like, fuck you, mate.
One of our shorts has got 11k views now.
Well, we want to not the main video. Please watch it, like, subscribe, please.
YouTube not doing so good.
But yeah, anyway, sorry, that was.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it was
shameless.
just, that was it. It was just, and then suddenly everyone was dancing with him and everyone wanted to get on his Instagram story. And you've got those girls that just immediately get in there and don't leave him alone.
Instagram.
I think he's
Get me
married,
on
isn't he?
your Instagram.
But yeah, it was a good laugh anyway. Yeah, what have you guys been up to?
Fuck, what have I done?
What celebrities have you rubbed shoulders with?
What have I done? This whole week has just been a blur. To be fair, I just worked this week. It's been a bit of a slog.
I'm in that post-interview waiting to find out phase at the moment.
Not like this. I heard
it's
about
the
this. I heard
worst.
about this. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's literally the worst. You're like, fucking hit him with a grandfather clock. We're like, come on, man. When's the time?
Text the guy with just a clock
Just
emoji.
clocked him. I've clocked you, motherfucker. Now, when's my interview?
I had the
Confident,
Yeah,
are
sorry,
we?
my
I have
interview.
no.
Yeah, well,
Now say yes.
I had
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, depending on when this gets released. We'll, but I had the interview on Monday, and
No, we
I went
won't.
pretty well. But it's that whole like, just tell me.
Yeah, I hate large businesses, to be fair, because, mate, I remember when I went for my first like sales job, literally had the interview, got in the car, and the guy called me. He was just like, "Yo, do you want the job?" I was like,
the best.
I was like, not going home sad today, like, good boy.
Casual.
I mean, like, literally, I was like, it was after I left that PC place I first started working at
yeah,
because
the
they were just
Sanders
hardware,
shit.
yeah.
So I didn't have a job. So when you're out of work, you're like, oh, not like this. Like, this is obviously back when I was like 16, 17. And I get this call from this guy called John. He's like, yes, mate, like really, really loved your energy, blah, blah, blah. Like, do you want to come, like, do you want to work for us? I was like, fuck yes, mate. That was like the first
That's
job
the energy.
in business. Yeah. Fuck yeah, bitch.
Fuck yes,
I wanna
mate.
work for you.
Yeah.
Actually,
Fuck.
based on that language, you're gonna have to decline it.
This is a primary school, Josh. You can't talk like that.
Love the energy.
Fuck you, cunt.
Just
Like,
rein it in. Yeah, just a little
mate,
bit.
literally just on
It is
the
an
podcast,
English
just
teacher
fucking-
position.
Just like beep it all out, mate, like loads of swear words.
Like when he's in the club, just Mr. Hyatt.
Mate, honestly, mate, to be fair, like I do feel like I have some sort of like narcolepsy or something because if I'm not engaged in a conversation or anything, I can just fall asleep. Like, and I remember
That's savage.
It's weird. I know.
Like at any point in the day.
Tell me
You better
we
get
can-
this interesting,
if I'm-
this conversation interesting because
Well, no, I'm involved in it. I'm talking in it. It's like, but if someone's like talking to someone else, I quite find that soothing. So I remember we went up to Scotland and we drove up to Scotland, which was fucking long for a customer
That's long.
meeting.
customer meetings.
Yeah, literally. So from down here to Glasgow, fucking in a day.
Oh,
And so obviously do that trip, go and see the customer. And obviously I like, used to look after like an account manager as well. So it was kind of like I'd go and support him. So he was doing most of the talking to this guy. And it was so monotonous. I'm just there like my eyes just, you know, when you're like, have you ever like, you know, you're falling asleep, but you're like, oh, you're half
horrible.
like, you're like almost passing out. It's just like, you're just phasing in and out. Like,
Or you
oh,
start
fuck.
questioning yourself, like,
Yeah,
have they
do I
clocked
just-
this yet?
oh my god, yeah.
Just like, have they seen
You do
like,
the wide eyes, like,
but I snore as well. I snore and I don't hear it myself when I'm like dozing off. So like, it'd be like, just like,
so yeah, we really want to get into a partnership with you.
can you imagine? But literally, I know I'm sat there and I feel myself dozing off and I'm just like,
I sometimes I feel like I've become a master at the non-specific responses. When I'm like, you just sort of go on the tone of how they finish the
Yeah.
sentence by what your response is going to be. You realise you haven't been listening, and you're like, really?
Just ask a question back as well. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
really
no.
what you think then?
Yeah.
just Owen Wilson it, mate. Just,
Are you sure about
wow.
that? Yeah.
That could mean so many things.
Wow.
I love those non-verbal responses.
Yeah, just ad lib.
Yeah.
Just be like, yeah, so my nan died the other day, and you're just
Yeah.
like, oh, that's incredible.
Just wow.
Are you sure?
Wow.
Yeah. You fucking buried it last week, lad. What you on about?
But yeah.
It's just
Reset the
I was going to
cameras.
say, I was like, what are we talking about again?
This club is just looking at me. Are we doing this seg? Are we doing this
Is that a
seg?
seg? This is
Or is it just tuck, is it just tuck in?
it's just like, that's what you said earlier. Now you've mentioned it, it's all
I'll be honest,
Yeah, so I brought beef jerky. It was meant
We
to be
ate
a
it.
bit of a prop for the pod, a bit of a throwback. Here's the jerky's back.
and it's gone.
Comment underneath if you want an order. Man's batching up next week.
Hasn't decided
That's not even how
brandname.com.
he's advertising because it's like you can't buy it anywhere. It's not for sale yet.
it comes in an unbranded vacuum packed baggie. But yeah, it was all eaten before we started filming. So
This is-
apologies.
This is more of a social experiment. How long till you fucking devour the club bars?
Okay.
I've already had one, so.
This cunt.
Oh,
Welcome to the
But this dude, it's because you talked about it too much. I was quite content
True.
not eating it, and then you're just like club,
Yeah.
club.
So, I would consider myself an old man.
Oh, you are an old man.
I'm getting older. But what I mean is, just little things are really starting to piss me off. I mean, there's
I'm
everyday
not really a little
things.
thing, bro. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh.
you're safe then.
Yeah.
But like things annoy everyone, right? Like queuing and when you're taking the plate back
Like
to the
when your
kitchen and
fucking
the
club
cutlery
is
drops
melted
off.
to the fucking wrapper, like fucking sticky
Yeah,
fucking.
désolé. But I've started compiling a list of things that just
Josh.
grind
Josh.
my goat.
Josh.
Yeah,
Josh not cleaning up.
This
Josh
guy,
not tidying.
Josh leaves in the fish tank full of dirty water in the table.
yes.
But yeah.
things like that. Oh, fuck.
Okay, so what have you got?
I just compiled this list.
Holy
which-
shit, that's a long list. This dude old as fuck.
Oh, it's building up inside me, Josh.
This dude must be at least 75 and literally has worked in like retail his entire life. Like, the man has got a thesis of things he hates.
I've just decided to write them down when they piss me off. I
This
thought,
is,
Go on
this,
then. So what's
this is your
pissed you off?
therapy session.
this is my therapy. This is the long
Yeah.
story short, Room 101 style things
Love
I
it.
hate.
Yeah.
So
Love
I'll just
this.
every so often I'll give you a few. Public toilets, right? We all don't like public toilets. In fact, tangential story. I was in one in Cornwall the other day, a few weeks ago, and this guy came out, and I went into the cubicle after him, and I should have known because he kind of walked out like this,
Oh,
and then went to wash his hands and did that, and just sort of brushed his hands near the air of the water that was, moving near.
Hang on a minute.
And I went in, and it was a bomb.
man.
It was like that
Man, what absolutely.
Russian boat that got sunk the other day.
so-
It was like,
The toilet was white when he walked in, but
it was horrific.
not white.
Painted the walls brown.
He sort of did the kind of Mr. Bean walk out like that with his hands like
What was
this.
he doing?
I don't know what he was doing,
I
but
thought you were going. There
was
was
a-
no toilet paper, and he had to wipe his ass
There
with his
was-
hand.
well, I don't know.
Hands up if you had to
I
do
didn't
that
really-
before.
Oh, not like this. No.
But it was, oh, mate.
We want to hear this in a minute. Go on.
But it was horrific. I didn't get time to check the toilet paper, but that was awful. Anyway, it just reminds me, I wrote this down when I was there. You know, taps in toilets that you have to constantly press
Yeah.
to get the water out.
Oh, yeah. Just give me the old
So
sucker.
fucking
to-
annoying.
The old dribble.
Yeah.
And you're
dribble
like,
flush.
okay, I tend to do it with my elbow. I don't know if that's maybe not.
okay.
You don't have to, but it lasts like a second or
That's-
2
you
You do
seconds.
that, my story's gonna fuck you up.
He was like scooping the shit out of his arsehole.
Yeah,
God.
guys, you ever done it? No paper. Oh, just me.
Human bidet. Just like, let me just get that
Please
out
tell
to you,
me. I want to
sir.
know now.
God. Right. What's this story, Lee?
Come on.
Okay, it was in my gym,
Oh, no.
and so you kind of
It's
you walk
sweaty.
in. It's a well-maintained gym. It's a nice gym. You just don't think. You just expect it to be nicely stocked all the time, right? It wasn't, and it wasn't. It wasn't the nicest of experience leading up to this moment either. So
Sweaty.
So yeah, you don't really have the I could get away with it, pants back on, shorts, rush into the next cubicle. It wasn't an option, if you know what I'm saying. So I was like, I'm all out of options here. What do I do? So flush the toilet. Let that clean water.
Yeah,
Everyone can hear it and think you're finished.
Yeah. Like, what's this guy doing?
What you start doing is just like sploosh, sploosh.
The old scoop and dap. Not my finest moment, but I've had a clean bum
Was this after a workout or before?
before. So I had to then-
did you just go?
Well, I left the cubicle like this. There was another guy looking at me real weird.
Did you do your set afterwards? Did you work out still?
Yeah, I did work out.
I didn't know there was a hand tanning machine in there. Just putting hands on. He's brown.
Well,
That would have
you'd
been
be
worse.
surprised how clean the toilet water can be when you just
Oh,
flush.
man,
I
literally,
did
man's just
flush
like,
first.
man's like flushing and scooping the bit that drips down the back. It's like,
Yeah.
splash.
To be fair, that'd be worse if you did use both hands. You have to designate one.
No, it's just
yeah,
like
yeah,
slapping his ass. Just balls.
Have you ever tried to pull your shorts back on with one hand? It's tricky.
Hello,
Oh,
Yeah, someone I knew walked in just as I was coming out. They wanted to shake my hand. I went,
great workout today. High five.
Literally shit in your hand and clap. Oh,
"Oh, I'm sorry.
That's horrific.
Well, get your hands away from me.
I've better cancel that gym membership."
I was going
now."
to say, don't buy this man's jerky.
Yeah.
It touches his hands.
Oh, God, was that the special ingredient?
Oh, that's the goddamn
So,
tasty
moral of the
rub.
story: even if you're in nice toilets, check that there's toilet paper.
Tried to do your jerky. I made it with the spices and everything. What's the trick?
Jim shit
wash your hands.
jerky.
Jim Shitter. I'm not selling jerky. Jim Shitter jerky.
Oh, it's just like it rhymes.
Jim
Oh,
shit
Jim
jerky.
shit jerky.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
mate.
Yeah, sorry. But it looks just like, cut this out, like advertise over
this
the
is-
top of it. So I'll just put like a merry jingle for my jerky on top.
Oh, mate. No, that's just outrageous, that. Fucking hell.
Look at him. He's picking away slowly like he wants it.
I'm ripping. I know, I'm ripping.
He's
He's
like,
like,
no, he's
Can't
like
eat on
one of
the
those
podcast.
people that are just like, I don't want to eat it, but I'm going to read the small print on it. And then just like, they just slowly get to the point where they do eat it. I'm just like,
It's my pocket
man,
chocolate.
just beating around.
Pocket shop.
No wonder. It's melted as fuck. Like,
A
goddamn.
bit of pock choc. Bit of pock choc, mate.
Anyway,
So what else is on your list?
Oh, mate.
it's a long ass list.
Well, no, I'm not reading them all. That's outrageous. But the one with the taps, and then sometimes you know how you get the stupidly small sinks, and I don't even know why they exist or
They're always in
sold.
cloakrooms, aren't they?
Yeah,
You
or
can
like at
barely,
your
like, get your
parents'
hand in.
house
Yeah,
downstairs.
yeah. My parents' house are the fucking weirdest.
Why do they
little-
exist, those sinks?
But then that shit is the
'Cause you have to
smallest
go
fucking-
sideways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the size of an ice cream tub. It's ridiculous.
So when you get like one of those taps and then one of those sinks, and then you go to one of the dryers and it's just a cold, like someone going,
Just
It's
the
just
noise
like-
is more the noise is more dramatic than the wind coming out. It's just,
I've been doing this for
Better off with the
years.
old shake.
oh, hey, look at that! I held that pretty well.
Red line.
Wow. No, it's just a
So
big fat line.
Man,
Yeah.
I'll bring some next time.
Mate, make the premium Burkus.
I was going for some
What?
things that piss me off.
Oh, mate, yeah,
Oh,
some-
yeah, I mean,
things I hate, room 101 things. Yeah, I've written others down, but that'll do for
Josh.
now. It's
Can you
just
think of
mad.
any? J-Lo?
things that I really hate. Yeah, getting asked to travel to London for work. Fuck. No.
I have a computer here. What do you?
Yeah,
why do I have to do
it's
that?
Like I do.
WFH.
I
What the
work
fuck?
the rest of the week. No, I mean, to be fair, I don't go that often. But
Maybe another getting old thing. I hate walking into a room and forgetting why I'm there.
Oh, yeah.
no, I've always done that.
Hate
Oh,
that.
okay.
I think I used to do it more when I was younger, actually. Just like there was no purpose in my life. Just walk into a room, you're just like, no. Just like, you know, when you
I
just
have no
like,
reason
you
to
just
be.
completely like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, reset button's been pressed. You're like, hold up,
I'm in
how
the
did I get
kitchen.
here?
Why
Like,
am I here? Mum, you should be here. Make me a sandwich.
yeah. Oh, sexist.
Why
You
am
know
I
what really
here?
pisses me off? Sexist. No, I just they don't piss me off. Look at the double team. Camera time.
I just know what 10 minutes is now.
Yeah.
I feel it in my bones.
Well, that's what your body
fingers.
clock is, that, isn't it? I find it amazing how I wake up
Your
on time
circadian
before
rhythm.
my alarm. Yeah, circadian rhythm.
Pussy.
And there's that really great guy who does a podcast on Spotify about, well, not about circadian rhythm.
Other muffins.
Follow and like and subscribe us,
Well,
but this
yeah.
guy's great. I can't remember his name, to be fair.
Oh,
but, it almost annoys me though, because I'll wake up and then my alarm goes off. I'm like, what was the
Yeah, mine
fucking
does
point in that?
Yeah, legit, like, wake up like 3 minutes before. Actually, I like that. I'm like, oh, I ain't getting a rude awakening. At
Yeah,
least.
that's true.
I always find
Fucking beat you.
just like, 1 minute before you can't, I'm fucking awake first.
Alarm versus
You were meant to be
Arthur
the one
one.
awake. Oh, here we are. I've made it. I've made it in life. Today's going to be a good fucking day. I woke up before the alarm. No,
And you still snoozed it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's about 5-6 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You-
I didn't realise there was a limit on mine. It's
there?
it was set
Oh,
like
no.
max 4 snoozes.
I'm done for that.
I just
And then
think,
it just
oh, it's
won't come back
fine.
on again.
No, it won't.
Oh.
I've definitely overslept many times because of that.
Sugar.
Many
Four
times.
snoozes. Why would you put a max on what someone wants to snooze, bro? They're just like, you just need to sleep. Just
let
go
the
back to
man
sleep. It's just like, fucking, this guy
All
real
right,
tired.
yeah, I get the hint. You're tired. All right.
Yeah, it's just a verbal alarm. Like, why did you bother?
imagine that alarm was
you
a
got
human
work
going,
today.
Arthur, it's time to get up. Yeah, shut up, man. Tries again 9 minutes later.
Shut, man.
The second alarm's like, yeah, you said 5 more minutes last time. Now get up.
It's been 10 minutes since I called you for breakfast.
Yeah, your breakfast is going cold.
Just like your mum back when you were at the school. You're just like lying in bed like as long as you can. She's like, you're going to be late. You're going to be late for the school.
Yeah, I think I pushed it as far as my dad coming in and ripping the bloody duvet off me.
Oh, many a
classic.
time.
Like,
Oh, fuck, it's
oh,
just
The
no.
like,
first stage is I'll turn the light on.
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
mate,
Fuck.
that's the worst.
And then the curtains.
mate. Yeah.
No, not the curtains.
And you're just so stubborn, you're like, no.
Yeah.
And that's why the duvet has to come off.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest
Just
in
a
peace.
sad naked little boy on the bed.
Please, not
Please,
like
mommy.
this. Dios mío. Give me back the sheets. Please, woman.
Unless it's Mufti Day, and then you're up.
Ah, Yeah, that worst feeling ever is forgetting Mufti Day and rocking up in the uniform.
As long as the 2 quid's coming
Oh,
from you,
man.
man.
I was like, what the
Let's
fuck
go.
is Mufti Day? You mean fucking, like, wear your own clothes day?
No,
Oh, what the fuck are you on
Yeah,
about
why
then?
is it
What the
called
hell's
Mufti Day?
I have no idea.
What's Mufti
You're not
Day?
familiar with that word?
Oh, it's an Anglo-Saxon word originating from the Latin for.
I know what
You
muff
don't know this
is.
shit.
Well,
There wasn't Muff Day at school. and
I missed
Inset
Muff Day
Day is
every
what-
time.
that's why you didn't get the
Yeah.
teacher job.
what is it? What is it?
Mufti.
What?
What is a Mufti Day?
Mufti is
definitely-
just wear your own clothes day, but
Yeah, but I don't know why
it's
it's
just
called Mufti. Maybe it
No,
stands for
okay.
something. School. News article. School drops the term Mufti Day due to history of degradation and racism.
Blood
You
sake.
fucking
YouTube,
racist.
we are terribly sorry.
Mate,
for
my school
our,
was
um,
way
muff
progressive.
discussions.
Sorry.
Yeah, mate, we were on dress down days, mate. That's what it was called.
dress down day.
Oh,
Dress
yeah,
down
yeah,
days,
yeah.
mate. That was it. Pay a quid to wear your own fucking clobber.
Yeah, mad, isn't it?
Never made sense.
You paid for this uniform,
it
outrageous
was-
amount.
It was for charity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was
Headmaster's charity case. He's like, straight in the pocket, boys. We're going out for beers.
Yes, secondary schools pocket.com. No, I don't know. It doesn't really explain this very well.
Can you imagine what the staff room really is? Now we're
Oh, man, they're all
adults.
just there like fucking bunch of
Little
cunts,
twats,
mate.
man.
Fucking
Do you know what that cunt said to me?
Yeah, legit.
Mate, like,
Nice bum, miss.
were you ever in a class that made the teacher cry?
Yes, many times.
Yeah. Oh, so savage.
We were such a little shit.
Mate, I know.
Like
Actual
trying to actually
mate,
make him
just
break.
ruin
Like,
someone's
oh,
woman's life.
why?
Like, oh yeah, let me
Especially
just go
one
out
of
of my
them.
way to ruin this poor woman's day
No,
who's trying
she's just
to
there
teach me.
She's trying to give me a better future.
We used to sort of, categorize them: the one that smoked heavily, the one that drank heavily, and
Yeah.
that's bloody why.
yeah.
Drove them to it.
Yeah, they were like, well, these fucking.
There was one I went back a few years later, and I couldn't believe she was still there. Like this, Mrs.
Yeah,
Smith,
mate.
her name
Some
is,
mate, tell you what, teachers are some fucking resilient
troopers, man.
motherfuckers. Yeah, legit. Like,
PTSD waiting for them if they're not careful.
just Vietnam flashbacks of children.
in the staff room, like you said, just
Yeah.
like these are a bunch of cunts. Give
Mate,
it 20
yeah,
more
to-
years.
Yeah, yeah, I know, legit. Like, yeah,
Just think of the pension, think of the pension. Long summer holidays, think of the pension. That's all they got, yeah.
we got nothing left.
Love that. Always like, oh, teachers get the same holidays as kids. You must love it. Oh, but the marking.
Marking over holidays, oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know.
We talk
what
about
it's
like money
but
being priced up, yeah? Marking? What
no,
does
as in they got to mark homework.
Yeah.
Like, they
Oh,
talk about.
shit. I didn't know
It's
that.
great being
Oh.
a teacher because you get the same holidays as the kids, but
Oh, I didn't know
It's
that.
like a lot of marking. You still get more holiday than everyone else,
Yeah.
but cry more.
It's like, oh, we just have 6 weeks to do all the marking in like a day. Really fucking shove it out, like push the boat out.
I mean, what if you really deep homework? I mean, what the fuck is that all about, man?
What's that?
You're in school all day, and they're like, "Yeah, homework."
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't stop it. What?
She's that real life.
yeah,
brother.
letting you up.
I mean,
You
that's
don't-
probably the most real experience I got out of school than anything.
It don't stop,
Motherfuckers
kids.
don't
Yeah,
stop.
it doesn't stop. Like, come on, give us some child in it.
Don't get
Please.
paid
I
for it.
know, like, legit, bro. Like,
saying
your
it's
boy
like
wants
I-
to go fucking do something at the
Yeah,
weekend.
right.
Like,
I'm saying this like I actually did my homework, and it wasn't on the
yeah,
bus.
I
on the
mean,
way
legit.
in.
My mum always goes on
Yeah.
about me being like the kid that never got a single piece of homework. I'm just like, didn't to this day.
Yeah.
Got it all done. No,
play.
never
No,
touched
okay.
the fucking slice, mate. But we got away with it. Never got no detentions. Don't know why. They must have been like, oh, sympathy for the fat
never.
fucking
Oh.
retard.
I was writing lines back in the day.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I've had some of that before. I used to have that in
long.
fucking primary school.
I
They're
will
like,
not
yeah,
be
they
a
just-
bad boy.
Yeah,
Well,
legit.
not that, but I will not
Yeah,
shout
yeah,
things
I'd be
in
like,
class.
Yeah, legit. Just
Oh,
be
yeah.
like,
No,
fucking
I
no.
never
They would
had
always
that.
be
We
like,
did it.
write out your 100 times table or something. It's like, oh, motherfuckers.
Punishment, make him smart.
Yeah, legit. Like, oh, fuck, they've turned this into a lesson, but I'm not happy about it. Not one bit. But goddamn, missing playground. Like, I need to hustle through this. All of a sudden, you turn into like Einstein. You're like,
Yeah. No friends, no social life, but he's smart.
yeah,
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Look at them now, earning lots of
Oh,
money.
I was gonna say, yeah, motherfuckers like, goddamn. It's like Forrest Gump ends up like a billionaire because he invests in Apple stocks. He's just there like, I don't know what to do with my money. He's like, I make so much money.
Do you remember we were having that conversation about whether or not like some people don't have an imagination, a mind's
Oh,
eye.
yes.
That's incredible. Just to me, the fact that someone can't, think of a black cat or something and someone can't perceive it perhaps in the same way.
Like, it's so weird. It's
Creative, is it right-sided brain
yeah,
creativity
it's-
or?
Well, what I remember, I think what I initially started with was obviously, someone was saying that, like, how do you think? Like, how does, like, the words come to your head beforehand? So, like, for me, like, I almost hear myself saying it inside my head,
Right.
and then it comes out, kind of thing. It's so weird.
Always sounds better in the head.
Oh yeah, always. But it's actually
Yeah, I
apparently
said that. Stop copying me.
a majority of people don't think like that. They just is to be everything they say are definitely Christian.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have
It
friends
just
who know.
comes
Yeah.
from arse to mouth to whatever.
Say
Just-
before thinking.
It's like it just there's no thought process behind it, and I think that's really weird. Don't get me wrong, like I can go off on tangents, and I was like, whoa.
Oh,
I'm in my own head. I'm like,
yeah.
what the fuck are you doing? But
scoot it back.
like majority of the time, I'm just like, okay, someone says something to me, I'm like, fucking some dude, mini me is in my head, just like, fuck, how do I answer this? Like, send it to him.
When you try and
Send
learn
it to
another
the mouth.
language, that's when you really think about it more because then you've got to translate it and then hear it and then process it.
Yeah,
That's a mad
weird.
one. And then you
Although,
just,
to be
it
fair,
makes you
like,
appreciate words more.
I think I don't know. The only way I've been able to ever learn language is just association. So like, it's a game of snap. Like you flip over konnichiwa, and then motherfuckers like bam, hello goes with it. Like
Japanese.
yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like hello is the card that
I know.
matches with konnichiwa, and that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like the second I hear one or the other, like hello or whatever. Like if someone said konnichiwa, I would know they're saying hello. Just
Yeah.
like boom. But I wouldn't think, konnichiwa. Like you don't think of that word as being like, hello. You kind of go, konnichiwa is hello. But what do they think?
Yeah. What do they? Because
Because they
they're
must be like, konnichiwa, konnichiwa.
their
It's all
letters
they
are
hear.
simple. They're symbols as well.
Oh, mate, if that knows about that
That's
bit.
a mad one, isn't it?
I don't know about that bit because, they got like kanji and.
So they're like, not only are they saying it, like it's imagery in the words, in
Oh, man,
physically as
fuck
well.
knows, mate.
I-
Man's drawing a house and he's telling the whole goddamn story. It's like, hold up.
Yeah. I always wonder if for people who can speak another language fluently.
Yeah, what language they thinking?
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
I asked my uncle
and
that.
does the other language ever feel like your first language, like your natural language? Because you don't think about it. I'm not thinking about the words I'm saying right now.
No, of course. And it's weird.
So,
actually.
but that's just completely subconscious, right?
I
Yeah,
asked my
just
uncle.
falls
I'm
out
not
your
thinking
face.
about it. I'm not thinking about it at all. But is a second language fluently ever like that, or
Yeah.
are you always
Weird,
still
I've heard 7 years till you're fluent, but
Yeah.
is that even the point? Surely it's just
where it's just
many years after,
subconscious?
if
Yeah,
ever.
it's just, you don't think in the other language anymore. All of a sudden, you're just like, boom, I'm on this track. So no, I asked my uncle, and he said he thinks in. So he obviously, he spent his entire life in like London. Then he moved to Denmark about 20 years ago now. He's obviously a fucking old dude. And yeah, literally, he was just like, I just think in the language they're talking now. Like he speaks Danish, just fucking like. Motherfuckers. It's so weird. Like
I suppose, how many years would that be?
he's been there over 10 years. I know that much. Like maybe even 25 now.
Right,
God,
so,
it's
then,
like-
so there you go.
But that's what I
Yeah,
mean.
It does
It's-
become just.
I wonder
does
if the
just
measure
become
for
a
that
thing,
is whether or not you change your accent if you're somewhere long enough.
Yeah, he has an accent.
Yeah.
But he has an accent.
happens,
But what's
then-
weird is because you're almost using different words. I know that sounds really dumb, but an accent is only like a different association of like the same word, right? So obviously, because he's using different words, if I start talking in Japanese or whatever else, like you have like almost like a different tone with it, like fucking. You can't be like, bonjour, like you don't. It doesn't sound right unless you add obviously the accent to it.
But
So
if
I
you're-
feel like you differentiate the two texts. Like my uncle sounds Danish when he's talking Danish, but the second he switches to English, he sounds like
Yeah,
he's
but-
never left London.
Ouais, j'ai pu faire ça pour le français.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
it.
yeah.
You
This,
put that-
this is
you
my
put that
point. Are
thing
you
and your
putting
voice hasn't changed.
an accent on almost? So yeah, if you went into it,
Yeah,
if
you have to
went
force an
bonjour,
accent,
je
right?
m'appelle
That's,
Luke.
that's
Then
part of the language.
then when
Oh,
people
no. It
when
doesn't-
people
they know straight away.
speaking English but they got a heavy accent,
Yeah.
are they doing the equivalent of bonjour,
Yeah.
je m'appelle Luke, or are they trying to sound English? Are they trying to do what you just did?
I had a scuba diving instructor.
French twang to it. Like, say a sentence with it. Just do the
What?
say.
Bonjour.
You don't know French.
Yeah, all of a sudden,
je
you know,
m'appelle Luke. You know,
It's
are
so
they-
you add or
Yeah.
the French language is very just.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi
exactly.
ce soir?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They genuinely had a scuba diving instructor in the south of France that did that, and it was hilarious.
It's just a very soft.
he was English,
soft
obviously,
tone
so-
language, isn't it? France.
So if someone still had, that's what I always wonder. If someone still has a
yeah.
really heavy accent when they speak English, I'm like, are they just doing that? Is that what they're just doing? What did he do? So he spoke.
I can't think of
foreign
words
language.
related to boats and scuba diving, but
Oh,
yeah,
right.
he was English, and he'd been down there for I think probably like 15 years or something, and he just didn't bother trying to even. Not even tinge accent words. It was just like Pierre, donnez-moi le coat or whatever.
Sounds like Who's the, like,
Rollo the boat, Piero.
proper geezer, like
Oh shit.
it's fucking Del Boy.
Le Rodney.
Yeah, Le Rodney.
Douai beers, s'il plat.
Yeah. It was literally like that though. It's fucking
good.
which from our perspective, that's obviously when we have I mean, I've heard some French couples around Sainsbury's, you don't really get French, more like maybe Indian or sort of
Whatever,
Asian
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. We hear that all the time and we're just like we deal with hearing English but in an
In
accent.
an accent, yeah.
So
Flip it around.
that's what they've got.
But that's what I mean.
Now, next time I hear someone with an accent, I say, can you just
Yeah, just say these words.
have a
again.
go? Like, at least
I
put some
genuinely
effort
think that
in.
all the time.
Put some effort in.
How do you do? How do you? This is purely research. It can't be that hard.
It's weird, isn't it? Like, not being able to make like the noise that it is.
So that's the next idea. I've got to do Terry Tibbs abroad. He has to try different accents.
Go on, what was your
Good
first
day,
one?
mates. Fuck does that mean? Fuck it. I'm going to join the club.
He's joining the club.
Joining the club.
Hey.
Welcome back. We're at £5.36 for not internet, energy today.
Whoa.
That's
been
a lot.
an energetic day.
Yeah.
Fucking disgusting. Oh, we had
It's
the boiler.
£3 a lot.
Did you turn the thing off after
Quick reaction.
the boiler?
Oh, yeah.
You did turn it off.
Look at these men talking house.
Yeah,
Stop talking
well,
shop.
You know, you got to do what you got to
Did
do.
you put the dog out?
Oh no!
must
the
go for a
dog is
wee.
put down. Oh, I thought you said
Oh.
put down, not out.
Did you get the bin bag
Did you
and
put
take
the
the
dog
trash
down?
out?
I don't do this.
Just a casual daily task.
That's the segment you've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Quick reaction of the week. Okay.
Oh, we do love it.
Cambrai,
Oh, camera.
casting couch.
Yes,
Get your
yes,
cam
yes,
out.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, yes.
Fake podcast.
You can-
Podcast. Give me just a moment.
That's what we should do.
I haven't got any money.
Money.
Well, you can pay another way.
Oh. Right, cameraman.
Hang on, I need to write this down. I actually genuinely.
Of the
From
week.
Josh's iPhone.
Oh,
Blaying from
Shut
Blush's
that up.
Fly Blow.
you need to film.
Bartha.
Actually, are you filming and reading?
Oh,
shall I
no, you
read?
read.
Okay. When you're trying to lose weight, but your family gives you 10 Easter eggs and you've got to look grateful.
Oh, mate, that's a fucking thing as well. I get way too much chocolate at Easter.
Do you? Mate, motherfuckers go like, oh, you fat enough, cunt. Yeah, you
I've
don't need
just-
no chocolate from the family.
I've just lost. This is going to sound hilarious on camera, but I've just lost so much weight recently.
It's part of the
But
club,
everyone keeps
club.
giving me chocolate.
Oh, they're trying to like fatten you up again. They're
Yeah, and I'm like,
like, you
We
need-
like him big.
Yeah, we like
We
them
like him
chunky.
chunky.
When I was writing that, the first thing that came into my head was an avocado. Thanks.
oh my god, yeah.
Wow, an avocado. Thanks. Oh god, I love that fucking kid. He's just so grateful. He's just like, whoa.
This next one might, I don't know if it applies to your car, Josh, but Arthur, if you read and
Oh, you film.
yeah.
if you read and I'll film, it
forgot
might
we
not
did.
apply to you. So
Might not apply to
Just
me.
pretend it
In what
does,
way?
yeah,
In what
rather-
way?
well, you'll find
Okay,
out.
we're
in a
gonna
minute.
find
I don't think
out.
it does.
You go and find out.
You're gonna learn today. Right, talk to me.
Every
That's a
time.
big son. Man, just like, oh, let me check for blackheads. Check for blackheads. Right. Oh, all right. Get out me fucking ear roll, cunt. Fucking hell. Right, talk to me.
Every time you pull up to the red traffic lights and your start-stop turns the engine off, but 1 second later it goes green.
Oh no, I don't have a problem.
I've had stop-start and
I don't
it's
have stop start.
so annoying.
Of course, in the
My car just
Anyhow,
like automatically handbrakes. It's just like
Say that again?
It just puts the handbrake on automatically. Yeah, automatically. Automatically.
Yeah. That's a
No, mine just
I
auto
just
applies the
hate
handbrake.
it, man. You're pulling up. I've got a manual, so you got to do the whole procedure.
I got a manual.
You got
to do the whole procedure.
You can't have, what, you don't have to drive? You got to read a manual?
I've got the manual. It shouldn't be doing this.
Stop-start. You should know before
I
it turns
followed the
green.
manual to the T.
Yeah,
It is
pull
a-
up. You put it into neutral, clutch up, engine off, and then the fucking green light. And you bastard! Because you got
Bastard!
in a manual. You go, oh, you bastard!
You see it go orange and you're like, because by that point it's like half a second in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I'm like, I feel it's only in my head. I'm stupid. I'm like, well, I feel if like the engine's turning off, I've got to make it worth it. It's got to be off for at least 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like a total load of shit.
yeah,
to
that
just-
is
to
so
save
true.
fuel.
Yeah, what's the time?
The car's doing, and then just just like every
Oh, no,
2
that was
minutes.
too quick. It was a waste of petrol.
Yeah, I wonder how long the
Waste of boil.
because I actually thought it was so long to you start even saving energy on it.
Right,
It'd have
yeah.
to be like minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes any sense.
I think my car can do it. I just have it turned off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We use me and Dan use like the BIMA code thing.
It's stop.
And you can stop.
You stop.
It just automatically applies the handbrake now. It's just like, yeah, I'll pull up for you for a sec, and then away we
Oh,
go.
that's new.
What do you mean? No, it's not new. It does that.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were tinkering with it and then it started doing that.
Oh, no. That's not. Sorry, no. I have a button that does that. I can turn that on and off. To be fair, but what are we pointing at?
Phone, please.
Oh, phone, please.
Because if
We
you
were like-
want to do arsehole,
What?
do you want a quick arsehole?
yeah, we can
I'll
do
give you a quick
arsehole.
arsehole.
Go on,
I'll
I'll take
take
a
it quick.
arsehole.
Do you want an arsehole? I'll take it
go
quick.
on.
Yes,
Just a
yeah.
quick little asshole.
I'll have an arsehole on the rocks, please.
Boppity barsehole.
Okie dokie. I can tell you what Reddit.
Arsehole coming up.
Wow.
Stay tuned for asshole. I can tell you what Reddit thought of this afterwards as well.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for telling my neighbour to get over it when I wake her baby up?
Ooh.
So
Definitely.
Initial
That's
Off
the
title.
title.
Off
Yeah.
title. That's arsehole.
I want to know more.
I obviously want to know more, but like, yeah,
Initial
you are an
reactions?
arsehole. Like, it depends what you're
Living
doing
with-
to wake them up, right? Obviously,
Well,
if you're like getting out of bed and the fucking floor's creaky, like, sorry, not sorry. But if you're literally like, oh, yeah, let me just do the lawnmower at 6 a.m., like, being a dick.
get over it.
Yeah.
The sauna heater's
Get
too
shit
loud.
on.
and,
Yeah.
I've got all
Anyway,
the clocks
sorry,
ticking.
go on, sorry.
Grandfather clocks.
Yeah.
I heard you snooze your alarm 5 times this morning.
Sexual jokes.
Go on, right. So,
So
read
your
us
initial
the
reaction on that title? Am I the arsehole
Of
for telling
course,
my
sorry, I
neighbour to
have to
get
judge
over
it,
it
don't I?
when I wake her
Arsehole.
baby up?
currently an arsehole.
Yeah, he's an arsehole.
Currently
Okie
an
dokie.
a-hole.
You know the blokes that can do that really accurate baby crying impression? That's a sheep.
Oh, yeah, I was like, what?
It doesn't sound that
Creepy as shit.
dissimilar.
Mate, if that's true, then a lot of Welsh people are going to jail.
Okay, I'll start story now.
Yeah.
Oh, come here.
My garage is about 3 meters away from my neighbour's bedroom where her baby sleeps. I've got a roller door which beeps quietly 4 times within 20 seconds of me arriving home and pushing the button. So it's quiet. It's so quiet that at times I can't hear it when sitting in the room adjacent to the garage when my partner comes home. Since my neighbour had her baby, I've made an effort to be more considerate of noise. Despite already soundproofing my rumpus room, I've stopped playing my drums after 6 p.m. I've also declined hosting friends outside in the garden due to noise. I think I've been more than considerate, but
I knew this was
apparently
gonna
not.
happen. I knew it was going to be like so many reasons where we're like, oh yeah,
Yeah, of course.
actually,
Of course.
Yeah, no way. I get. So here's one. I get home from work at 11 p.m. and put my car in the garage. A couple of weeks ago, my neighbour approached me and asked if I could wait until the morning to put my car away, but I declined as there have been break-ins to cars on our street. My car's also valuable car and whatever. So he refused. Not under any circumstances would I leave my car out overnight. I also know that they sleep with their window open that faces my garage, but I thought it would be weird to bring that up and suggest they close their window.
Move rooms.
Yeah.
I'm also confused because I got a very loud exhaust and they've never mentioned that, only the garage. So a couple of nights ago, I came home to her husband's car blocking my driveway just enough that I couldn't get my car through. It was kind of useless because I pushed the button before I even reached my driveway, so it beeped anyway. They didn't come out, so he obviously couldn't get his car in the garage, but he opened the garage because he wasn't expecting it. He obviously does it halfway down the street, which is quite cool. They didn't come out, so I had their car towed, and they haven't done it since. Surprise, surprise. Today, I decided to play my drums around lunchtime. You can only hear minimal vibration, but as it's the rear of my property and quite far away from my neighbours, they still had something to say about it. The wife came over and basically said she'd been putting up with it for too long, blah-de-blah-de-blah. So, yeah, that's
this
the
is
situation.
very in-depth.
Yeah, I mean, that's always is, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. There's definitely some pettiness now.
Oh, boy.
It's gotten Tom Petty on these motherfuckers.
Clearly weren't friends beforehand.
Yeah, legit. Like the fucking fair play that they said he's being conscious, but there's being conscious and they're saying he's being conscious as well. So, like, obviously, if we're taking him by the credibility that he's
one side of the story.
he's written,
Yeah.
and obviously, like his
not-
side, like genuinely being
Certainly sounds to me like he's done so much already.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if you
Soundproofing and all that
soundproofed
shit.
his rompus room.
Rumpus.
Yeah, what's
rompus. Yeah, fucking. So yeah, I mean, fair play to him if he's done all that. And at the end of the day, yeah, like if you got a nice car, you ain't not parking in the garage. Like,
I don't think your neighbours can dictate
like,
whether you park your car in the garage or not.
There's 4 slight beeps that aren't that loud. Like, yeah, just fucking do something about it, but don't be like, get some thick blinds and some.
Yeah.
And it's not not frequent. It doesn't happen often, does it? That beep, like
You get
It's
some
just
good
once, I
curtains,
guess.
mate,
Isn't it?
that
I
block
guess the
fucking
worst thing
sound.
for me,
Twice a
if I'm
day.
woken up once from like a big noise or whatever, then
Yeah.
that's it, end of noise, I can get back to sleep.
Yeah.
But if it's like a continuous thing, like I was trying to get to sleep the other night and these kids were just screaming. I was like, it's 12 o'clock. And I know that all the kids on my street are like 8 years old and 6 years old. What are they doing up? But yeah, if it's like an ongoing sound, I just can't deal with it, man. So 4 beeps and that's it. I'm like, but he does get home late though. So if he's getting home at 11 o'clock with a loud exhaust.
That's obviously.
You've got a baby
But
to
then at
think
the end of the
about.
day, right? I'm sorry, but you know what?
don't have kids.
Yeah, no, yeah, well,
That's a good solution.
Fucking mate, you got to think like you want to live in a fucking. Don't get me wrong. I know you can't choose your neighbours specifically, but like,
It's true to say you can't choose family or neighbours,
Yep.
but you can choose your friends.
Especially you can't choose them if you're moving.
Imagine doing interviews.
Yeah, well,
if
that's
you're
what I mean, like,
planning
mate.
on moving in.
if you're really that anal.
Interviewing the previous person that lived there as well.
Well, they're never going to say.
To
yeah,
be fair, you
next
say
door.
that, but when me and Ant moved here, I was just like, oh, what are the neighbours like? Like, because that, mate, we loud motherfuckers. We had a lot of parties, like, and they were just like, yeah, they're all right. I was like, okay, well, but
It's weird
like,
in
you've got to
flats.
ask, mate. You've got to ask, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like, you can legally ask now if there are any like open civil disputes between neighbours if you're going to buy a house. So literally, when you go to buy the hat property, you can ask like, are there any disputes? Are there shit neighbours or anything like that? And they have to tell you if there's any disputes or anything between neighbours.
So it's if it was haunted and if there's any disputes.
Yeah, boom. No, it's haunted might be a thing. I don't know if that's
that's a
bullshit or
thing.
not. Like, I don't know how anyone can discern what haunted house is. Like,
Oh shit! I
I think they have to tell them if someone's
I didn't
died
mean
in there. Yeah,
I meant the
deceased.
legally version of haunted, where it's
Right,
like
okay,
someone
so-
died previously.
Right. I was just like, man's just like, oh, there might be a spook in here. Don't sell this house. Like, some motherfucking medium comes in, like, fucking fogging the house
Just the two
out.
sticks. Yep, you're fucked.
Yeah.
They died
mate.
right there.
Died doing what they love.
Oh,
Having
sorry,
sex.
misconception there on my half, but
It was a misconception.
So, final thoughts then, chaps.
I mean,
Asshole? No
I don't
asshole?
think he's an asshole. Don't get me wrong. There's certainly things you can always do to just fucking be less of a cunt. But at the end of the day, if someone starts yelling at me for fucking, bearing in mind they obviously don't know the precautions he's probably taken to be quieter, but you would genuinely notice that it gotten quieter.
Yeah.
But fucking, mate, if it's gotten so quiet that they hear the 4 beeps on the fucking car door,
As the car's
like they never complained about it before, yeah.
like rolling in, and they're like,
so-
"Oh, there's fucking beats."
I can hear you breathing again. Can you stop it? Use your own oxygen inside your house.
Yeah, not an
I'm
arsehole.
going not arsehole.
Yeah,
Not
what
an
did
arsehole.
what was the people?
think
Reddit,
agreed.
Reddit agreed.
Reddit agreed.
Yeah, it certainly did.
Ooh-wee.
I like how he did the title though, because the title made you think, asshole incoming.
I don't think it's actually that clear cut. Like, we had to talk about that.
Yeah,
and
we
think
don't know
about
their
that.
side, right? As
Yeah.
well.
But yeah, you know, most people ended up concluding that he wasn't.
Well,
So-
sometimes
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 it
people
is-
find their own posts, as in
Yeah.
what someone's
Oh, yeah,
posted
love
about
that.
them.
Oh,
We had that
yeah.
once, where what was the situation? Yeah, it was our band actually. Someone had approached us on Instagram to try and like market us, but it was a really bizarre like marketing deal. They wanted us to pay for them to like
Of course.
use our music in one of their posts. I'm like, wait, we pay you to use
loads
our
of-
music?
loads of stuff like
what?
that. Yeah.
So it all blew up, and then Jack put it on Reddit, and he found it somehow. I don't know how. He obviously was a regular user, and he found it, and he started trying to like madly defend himself.
What, the company? Like the
No,
group of
it was
people?
only like a one-man
fair.
band type
Right,
thing. He was
okay.
only like trying to start up this business, but the way he was doing it was just really aggressive and not very nice. Like, we declined him, and he basically like told us to fuck off and all this shit. And we're like,
Really?
if you get a rejection and you blow up like that, you ain't getting
Yeah.
any business, man. Like, it's not how you do it.
terrible.
But yeah, it was amazing that he found that post and he started like mad
Propaganda
commenting, like
about it.
replying
That's
to
fucking
everyone,
funny. That
trying to
is
defend
funny.
himself, justify himself. It was really funny.
That concludes.
Ooh.
That concludes.
This week's episode. That was gay as fuck. Why are we doing this? That's the weirdest thing we've ever done. No, guys, appreciate you tuning in, watching this far. Does really help if you would like, comment, and subscribe. Do any of that fucking fun stuff. And we
Yes.
get potentially money one day.
Ring my bell
help
for
a
the
brother
little
out.
notifications.
Ring my
And leave your arsehole stories if you have any. If you're
please
unsure
do,
whether you
yeah.
were the arsehole or was the other person, we will react and we'll
We'd love
decide.
to
We will
decide if
judge
you're an
your
asshole
arseholeness.
or someone else.
Or anything else you want us to talk about. Just let us know.
Chicken chow mein.
Bye-bye.
Chicken chow mein. Look at this dude.
Oh,
What
that's
are
the
you
thing I
doing?
always say. Instead of saying chow, I say chicken chow mein.
All right.
Oh, fair.
Okay.